Investigation here.
What criminal investigation?
Well, you're detaining me, I take it.
Who's detained you?
You're detaining me. You had your emergency lights on, so there must be some kind of emergency.
How else would you know to pull over?
I don't know, but you had your emergency lights on, so there must be some kind of emergency.
No, well, we've asked you to pull over.
Okay. What's the basis of your criminal investigation?
No, it's not necessarily emergency lighting.
Okay, what's the nature of your criminal investigation?
Driving a motor vehicle on a road, so we can.
Is that criminal investigation or is it civil?
You're the one mentioning criminal.
Yes, you.
No one.
Criminal or civil?
Have I said you're a criminal? No.
Criminal or civil? Is this a civil investigation or a criminal one?
You keep talking, but you won't let me explain.
Okay.
Okay. We stopped you because you're driving a motor vehicle on a road.
Okay.
So we're entitled to under the Road Traffic Act, 1988. So we stopped you under the Road Traffic Act because you're driving a motor vehicle on a road, and we're doing a document check. That's why we've stopped you.
Okay.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I'm not a driver of a motor vehicle.
What's this then?
This is my private automobile.
Which is a motor vehicle?
If you no, actually it isn't by definition. If there's a notice up here for you as well.
Well, Mercedes make motor vehicles. This would be classified as a motor vehicle. It's a mechanically propelled vehicle, isn't it?
It's a mechanically propelled vehicle, adapted or intended for use on the road. That's the definition of. Sorry,
so you would also know that the Road Traffic Act covers them as well.
Excuse
so
me.
Stop you
Excuse me. That is the definition of a motor vehicle. Okay.
A mechanically propelled vehicle, yeah.
Indeed. Okay. The definition of a vehicle, which is in the two words there, isn't defined in the Road Traffic Act.
What mechanically propelled vehicle is, though, isn't it?
Excuse me. Motor vehicle, two words, okay?
Yeah, and mechanically propelled vehicle also covered by.
Can you let me finish? I'll let you finish.
Yeah,
okay. A vehicle is defined as a commercial device for transporting passengers or goods. Okay? Legally defined. I have contacted the DVLA, the Secretary of State for Transport, the Attorney General, the Chief Police Officer of the Association of Chief Police Officers.
Only for the Metropolitan, wasn't it?
No. Oh, that's from Metropolitan. I've also since contacted the Chief Police Officer, Sir Hugh Ord, of the Association of Chief Police Officers. So, essentially, that information.
Obviously, I can see.
I've received agreements from all of them.
All right, no problem. Obviously, we don't come across this sort of thing every day.
I know,
right?
I do understand.
Yeah, so appreciate from where I'm coming from.
Certainly.
What is it you've actually given me here?
This is notification which has been sent to all the relevant departments.
You've got a list in there,
yeah. That I am exercising my right to travel. Upon the public roads. Okay. This is a right that hasn't been taken away from us. Okay.
Yeah.
We only agree to waive it.
When you say we, what do you mean? As
everybody.
Everybody, right? Okay, yeah.
We've agreed to waive that right. By getting a driving license.
Okay.
Yeah. And accepting the title of driver. Which is a commercial activity. I'm not acting in commerce unless you've got proof.
No, I'm not saying you are. I'm honestly not saying you are.
Unless you, and I've got nothing against you.
I know you haven't. I know you haven't.
As a police officer doing your job.
I can see you've obviously got something that you've put across here. Obviously, I don't know what that is. That's why I'm just trying to find out.
I do understand. I'm not trying to be difficult.
I know you're not.
And the thing is that until.
Have you really stopped before with it?
I have been stopped. I haven't, not since I deregistered the car.
So I'm lucky after the first one.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
I've informed everybody of what I intended to do, asking for objections. Not received a single one. Not a single one. I've let the DVLA know what my new insignia is. They've been informed. Okay.
So is that one you just sort of put on it, or?
This is my insignia.
Okay.
This is now a privately owned motor vehicle.
Right.
Well, not a motor vehicle, a conveyance. There's a lack of terminology in the English language for this, but this is a privately owned automobile. Okay? All these are publicly owned motor vehicles. There is a difference.
Yes,
I'm not a driver. I'm travelling. Okay. And in order to travel, I do not need documentation. I've rescinded my driving licence.
So where do you get your sort of... Because obviously, we're deeming this as a car.
I know you do, and
Yeah.
and I'm not. Again, I'm not having to go at you. You, as police officer, you're not taught this, because police constables, which is what you actually are there only to preserve the peace and protect the citizens. But in your role as a police officer, you're little more than tax collectors. I'm not having to go.
Paid, I don't mind.
Yeah, I know, I understand. I understand.
Right,
but
right, well, let's we'll go and find out where we stand and go from there. Do you have any ID to prove that's you?
I don't need some. This is me.
Right, okay.
I don't need any. And I do have to draw your attention to this notice. This notice here.
All right, okay. I'm going to get one for my own car, I think.
On the side, you can. This is... You can.
I don't think my governor will tell me.
Well, you know what? It's just exerting your rights in the same way as these other companies do to you.
We're just going to have a quick look at that. We'll try and be as quick as you can, all right?
Absolutely. Well, that went well. Well, apparently well. We'll see. And the guy's laughing, so he could just be taking the piss out of me. So this is interesting. This is the first ever stop. And well, we'll see what happens. I'm pointing the camera at the officers now. Hopefully, I don't know if you can see them. Have a little chat back there. Yeah, I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, here we go. Another police car has arrived, and he's trying to sort of hem me in as if I'm going to escape. So it looks like a more senior police officer arrived. So there we go, they're all having a little conflab there. This could be the you know, the beginning of a strong arm tactic. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, looks like I might have to wait here for a little while for a response, so I'll get back to you in a minute.
Go on, okay. Sir. You ready?
Yep, sure.
Okay, we've had a check of that.
Mm-hmm.
From what we're being told, we have to adhere to the Road Traffic Act and whatnot. So just let me finish.
Okay.
I appreciate you've got what you've got to say, all right? So give me a second. I have to point out the offences that we suspect at the minute. There's no insurance shown as being held. Failing to exhibit the registration mark for the vehicle, which is originally, I think, it was 04 plate. Obviously, no tax. Okay, and there's no MOT as it's shown as expired. All right. I appreciate. Let me just finish what I've got to say, because I appreciate you're going to have a reply to it. I have to caution you. Okay, time now is 4:06. Just let me finish.
Are you arresting me then?
No, I'm not arresting you.
Okay.
I'll explain after where I'm going. All right.
Okay.
To say anything that may harm your defence if you don't want to run questions so much later on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Okay, you're not under arrest. All right, just so you're aware of that. The reason I reported you is because they're traffic offences. Okay, but you're not under arrest at this time. But good. Do you want to reply to that?
What traffic offences?
The ones I went through. So no insurance.
Which apply to motor vehicles and drivers.
Yeah.
Which I have strenuously explained to you.
Obviously, we have to go by the law of the land.
Which is not the law of the land.
As a driver.
Which is not the law of the land.
Okay. I appreciate what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have to go by the Road Traffic Act at this time. All right. Are you prepared to give me any identification of your driving licence?
I don't. As I told you, I rescinded my driving licence. I no longer have one.
Okay.
I do not have any identification.
You sent your driving licence back?
I sent it back with a notice to rescission to rescind it.
Okay.
It terminates the contract that goes along with it.
Okay. Obviously, due to the offences, I require your name and address. Are you prepared to give that to me?
I do not have a name.
You don't have a name?
I do not have a name.
Okay. How long have you owned the car for?
I purchased this automobile 2 years ago.
Okay. Was it originally, when it was under the 04 plate, was it in your name? Because obviously the owner, the previous owner, you would have had to fill in the logbook.
Indeed. I filled that in with the words "without prejudice," which does not bind me.
Good, okay.
I filled that document in with the words "without prejudice," which doesn't bind me to that document because it has unrevealed clauses in it.
So, okay then. So, but you did put it in your, as in you put your name on there, but you didn't. You put in there without prejudice.
Indeed.
Okay. All right. Give us a sec. So, what name did you put on the logbook?
Well, since you've been able to determine the original registration of this one,
there's nothing secret about it. All it will be is we can look at the chassis number and we can determine the original registration. And obviously that will give us a name, so there's nothing secret to that. I'm not trying to keep anything from you, but I'm saying it has come back with a name on the original plate. So I just wanted to check that that's the one you put on the logbook. That's all.
I'm glad to see that. Obviously, my documentation went through since you were able to, from my insignia, match it to. So the DVLA have recorded it. Okay. Yeah. My name's Dave. I don't. It's not my name. It's been assigned to me. But you can call me Dave.
Have you got? Do you have a name on your birth certificate? Or?
That's not my.
Your mum or dad must have given
It's
you a
not
name.
my birth certificate.
Your mum and dad must have named you at some point.
Yeah, it's not my birth certificate though.
All right. Okay. What did your mum and dad name you then?
It belongs to the Crown, and it's not to be used for identification.
All right. So what did your mother and father call you?
Dave.
And what surname did they give you?
I don't have a surname.
You don't? Right. Okay. A date of birth.
I don't know it. I wasn't conscious at the time. Anything else is hearsay.
So you don't know your date of birth?
No idea.
All right, Dave. Give us a second.
Okay. Okay. Another conflab. It's been about 20 minutes so far. They're all in there. I don't know if you can see that. They're all there. One of those cops is actually reading through my documentation, which is good. Hopefully they'll learn something from that. Getting a bit cold now, actually. Okay, come to some agreement, so here we go.
Hello, Dave. You're right to record you, Dave?
Yeah, sure.
Is that what you're
known as?
Okay, Dave. Obviously, if you can't provide me any documentation, which you say you can't.
I just did.
No, in terms of what I'm asking for, so your license, MOT.
I already told you I do not have a license.
Okay.
I have rescinded it.
So are you not able to produce me an MOT or an insurance certificate?
I cannot produce those things to you at all.
Okay, no problem. And obviously it's shown as not being insured. You're not willing to provide me with any identification.
I don't have any identification.
Name and address. I cannot issue the summons. So therefore,
you cannot issue a summons. I'm afraid that's your internal process. I don't have any identification.
Dave,
I'm sorry.
I appreciate. I've read what you've got. However, I have to go by what.
Indeed.
Okay.
What is it again? What is
obviously? I don't want to have to end up arresting you for not providing details, but we're going down that route under Section 24 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act. I don't have to do that.
Under Section 24
of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act.
Okay. Of PACE. So unfortunate I don't have my copy of PACE with me this time because under PACE you're required to have the basis of a criminal investigation in order to stop me, which is
good.
A criminal investigation.
The offence is the road traffic offence.
Is that a criminal investigation?
Well, no, because it's anything arrestable, isn't it?
Criminal investigation.
No, and for obviously reporting for the issue of a summons, which I can't do because you won't provide me any detail.
I'm afraid, criminal investigation. That's your basis. And before we carry on, I've just got to tell you that my fee schedule is active since this guy has blocked me in.
I didn't know, Dave Gagan.
My fee schedule, which is detailed in the papers you were served with, is now active since I've been impeded. Okay. You basically need details of criminal investigation. So what is the nature of your criminal investigation?
It's in relation to the traffic offences.
Which is not a criminal investigation.
No, but it's obviously for reporting an issue of a summons, civil, which I can't do, can I? Because you're not providing me with a name or address.
I've given you details, which are in.
Dave, we go around in circles.
I have given you details.
Yeah, that's fine. You've given me a piece of paper. I don't know who you are. I don't know your address.
I do not have any identification.
Okay.
I never carry identification.
And just to clarify, you don't have an MOT, you don't have a licence, and you don't have insurance. Is that correct?
I have. I cannot provide you with those documents.
And why is that, please?
I've already explained to you.
Okay, so just clarifying. Why can't you provide me with insurance?
I've rescinded my driving licence.
Yeah, I know the driving licence.
I have deregistered this automobile. I'm travelling, exercising my right to travel upon the road in any manner I see fit.
Okay. All right, Dave, I'm not trying to be awkward with you. Please understand.
I know, I understand.
I'm only trying to do my job, all right? I appreciate you've got your side of things, but obviously I've got mine.
Right, you have all the addresses you need.
You haven't given me one.
You have all the addresses. I cannot provide you one. You have all the addresses. Somewhere. You have all the addresses you need in my documentation. You have also.
Is there an address on your documents?
I've given you documentation. You can. Dave, if you've read through it.
Obviously, as you said, it's your documentation. Do you have an address in there? I will look through it if there is one.
I have. You have my documentation. You've read through it. I'll take it. You'd see addresses in there.
Yeah. Obviously, there's pages.
Yeah.
So I can't read it at the side of the motorway.
Okay, I thought you got in the car.
No, I've gone through some of it. Don't get me wrong, I have read over some of it. Okay. And we've gone through the acts and whatnot because that's why we've checked them without obviously our control.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking. Do you have an address?
I don't have addresses. I have care of addresses. And as I said,
do you not have somewhere where you live?
In my documentation.
That's in the bit you give me.
It's in my documentation.
I'll look through it. All right.
They're desperately trying to get joinder. Definitely trying to get joinder here.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
I'm Paul. How are you?
I'm fine. Hello,
Good.
Paul.
This is a bit rude, isn't it?
I'm sorry. Don't get into my private property.
Okay.
It would be called classed as trespassing.
Okay. Can you provide me with your driving licence?
As I've explained to the other officer, I've rescinded my driving licence.
So you're driving on a road with no driving licence?
I've rescinded my driving licence. I'm not driving. I'm exercising my right to travel, as documented in the Queen's Bible.
It is. Okay. Do you have any insurance in place on this vehicle?
I have. I've already said I've deregistered the car. I've actually informed everybody, including the DVLA, the Ministry of Transport, the Attorney General, the Chief Police Officer of the Association of Chief Police Officers. Right? They have all received a notification of what I'm doing.
So you've got no insurance?
I do not claim to have any documentation with me.
Okay, good.